This is where it gets lost. We're on Earth here, and you see Earth is just overrun with the... Houston, we have a problem. We have a big problem. I read this comic book at least 4 times. I read it an extra one more time, an extra, making it 4 today. I cannot make sense. It's right here, Alien Earth War. This was so highly anticipated from me because I love St. Keith. I grew up with St. Keith. I grew up where St. Keith came out of nowhere and just rocked the comic book world. For this channel, we've been building into a very deep St. Keith run, acquiring everything I need for this guy. It's taking some time. So, it's Alien Week, and we have Alien Earth War. St. Keith and aliens. You don't get any better, perfect pairing. You guys will see just from the artwork alone, Dark Horse made the right choice putting St. Keith onto this book. And then somewhere in issue 2, and spoiler, who cares? Issue 2 reveals that Earth is already compromised by the aliens, by the xenomorph. The xenomorphs have taken over Earth. And then we're kind of on this hunt to destroy this like metaphysical, spiritual mind hive, mother queen of the aliens. Not queen, but mother queen. So much so, and here we go. Anyone that criticizes Alien Resurrection, which again, I don't really quite comprehend that, because I love that movie. Sigourney Weaver, when she's cloned in that movie, it's not quite her. She has a little bit of alien DNA, and she's connected to the creatures. At the very end of Alien 3, she catches the alien queen chestburster, kind of in this like epiphany type moment, at this moment of clarity, as if she knew exactly when it was going to burst from her chest. All of this, like, right, it kind of comes full circle when you read these 4 issues, because the brilliance, people, I may not have been able to follow everything, and full disclosure, but there's a level of brilliance in the ideas selected for this book, and it has nothing to do with how much it emulates aliens. It really wants to be aliens, but we have this thought and this idea that Ripley it's like a spiritual connection. She's connected through the mind to the overall alien hive, and the aliens are acting with design and intent. I'm like quoting everything that's in this book here. Absolutely fascinating, coming from my standpoint, because again, we promote reading comic books on this channel. Reading this, and then pretty much having my head do like a slow motion spin of, when was this established? I never thought of the Dark Horse aliens or the Dark Horse alien books as being within their own continuity. I just thought they did a lot of one-offs, and maybe like 1, 2, or 3 of them were related. This seems to be a part of a deeper thread, a deeper idea for what Dark Horse is doing with the Aliens franchise. And now I'm absolutely hooked. The continuity of this, again, and AKAPAD, we preach continuity on this channel. It happened with me. It happened here. I want to show you guys the amazing St. Keith artwork. We're going to go through all 4 issues, and I'm going to do my very best to bring it to you. Just, to maybe motivate you to make a little bit of a investment with the money, get these issues and the time to read them, and then everything that's going to come after that. Let's go. Here we go, aka Patters. Get yourself some of that sweet prime energy. If you guys are in, well, actually, I'm sorry, this is prime hydration, but if you want some of those forever chemicals to float around your boys, I think you know what I mean. Get yourself a couple swigs of this and say hello to our 2 table mascots. Give me 1 second here. Say hello to our boy Crypt and his backup mic, Pike. I wish I was much more familiar with the alien Dark Horse lore. Oh my god, people. This little bit of a revelation. We got amazing John Bolton covers here. Revelation, because look, I've had a lot of alien/aliens comics in my lifetime. And outside of this one Dark Horse hardcover that I read the initial 4 issues of, because it was the I believe they were the Dark Horse Presents reproductions of them. I never gave it time. I just never have. So this is what you get. Like, this is what the AKAPAD army gets when you read comics. And sometimes you run into a brick wall. I have done some research. I've tried to do research on finding out when this falls into the continuity, if there is a continuity, what came before, what came after, all of it. But we open up with Newt. We open up with like a little bit of a flashback, and look at, I mean, guys, within a couple seconds, look at the reflection, the shine. Look at the same Keith chunky hands, and look at this level of detail, my AKA Patters. I mean, look, it's got some feathers over here in the border. It means nothing, but look, alien queen. It's just amazing. And look, whatever like creature this is, that's like coming up the border edge. See, and look, the border kind of goes from like thin here, see, then it goes to thick, and then it shoots up. I mean, it's just by design. I guess this is a face hugger. I'm sorry, these are face huggers. But yeah, and then we get this flashback. Newt's narrating what it was like being born on Hades Harbor, Hades Bay. That's where everyone is in Aliens. We can see, you know, we know her upbringing. But then we're into what's the modern day, and she is furious. I mean, she's so pissed at Ripley, she smacks her. And look at that face. But Ripley, too. I mean, guys, same Keith, not the best designer. That's one of his. But we have Newt in a pink jumpsuit, and we have Ripley here with like a perm do, and she's looking like Princess Leia. If this was white, you would think this was Princess Leia. But she's pissed because Ripley abandoned her. So when she woke up from her hibernation sleep, Ripley was gone. So Ripley explains everything to her, and we get these, like, again, this is why we love Alien. Look, you know, Sigourney Weaver with the crop top and panties. That's what we want. And look at the stippling. Guys, part of this is just admiring what Sam Keith did. But essentially, Sigourney Weaver gets strong-armed into waking up and going on another mission as a observer. Again, we're aping a lot of Aliens, and they're off. She's got to do the mission, and then we get this revelation from the original Alien that they were in fact knowledgeable of the aliens, and that they were kind of sent down there to either retrieve one or bring back more info. And you know, she kind of has like a little moment there. But he does, like, his instincts are so nice. I mean, like, guys, look at this. And we argue about this. What position do we take this walkthrough? Do we go through the story, and you guys know how I feel about that, or do we just kind of go page to page, admiring, again, like, look at this dude's hair. Look at her hair. I love the gun and the size of the gun. Same Keith is just on all cylinders with this, and he does really smart things too. With this dropship, he's he's skilled enough to get the shapes, okay? But then what does he do? This is how he shades it. He shades it with like a nice texture. And again, we're selling it. I love everything in the background here. These, again, from black to a little bit of a broken up gray. I think the reproductions for this clearly don't do it justice. This is one of those books was robbed with the reproduction. But yeah, and here we go. We have the APC, light shining, cannons ready to go. So we're off, right? I mean, and guys, look at this headpiece here. So nothing crazy. Ripley, she has a new crew of Marines or ragtag individuals, and they're off to investigate, and they get back to the original ship that didn't get destroyed with the nuclear explosion from aliens. They actually do reference that, but AKAPADers, look at this panel. I mean, this is just too good. And just the room, and leaving room for the color and the gradient. Beyond good, but you guys can kind of tell what happens, right? One of these guys, he falls into a ditch. He busts his legs. Can't move. My legs can't. And then this is what I was talking about with the intro. When this happens, it's tough. When it's described here by Ripley, when this dude falls into this, I don't know, like poorly placed portal almost, or battery circuit, his life force and or energy awakens the ship. Very Prometheus, by the way, guys. And when he's in this hole, because he's about to die, Ripley has this awakening, and she describes his presence in the hole as waking up the ship. And then she has this vision. The ship is talking to her, and it's not just the ship. It's like the alien race is speaking to her. I felt her strength, her utter supremacy. We were wrong. They move with purpose. The pilot of the derelict ship, that's what they call this. We call this the engineer ship now, but this is a derelict ship. The pilot of the derelict ship had discovered aliens' genesis, the source of their power. She's calling her children back to her. So you're like, wait, what? So it's beyond the idea of a hive mind. This is like a hive consciousness. And then, trying to help the dude that fell through the hole to hurt his legs. And, he gets nuked. And this is one of the all-time alien shots, like in all of comics. And then we get our boy right here, dripping the slime. And it's all out war. And this is one of St. Keith's like favorite poses. He is so skilled. I mean, he does a lot of this with the Max, just the profile view of the arm with the bulging triceps, the deltoid ripping, cutting right into the bicep. And look, dude, like the hand as long as the forearm. But he sells these proportions so well. And again, great instincts. I love it when he does these blank panels. It works so effing well. Like, like here and here. And then, so what they do is they nuke the derelict spaceship by detonating the APC. They nuke it, they fly off, and AKAPADers, we have this commentary a lot. Fire and explosions and smoke is it's as much of a trouble spot for artists as drawing children and animals. And then, but they're off, but they're not giving up. So now they're like, then blowing the ugly bastards straight to hell. That's right. They're just going to continue to nuke the aliens. And that's how we end. It's one hell of a first issue. Just with the revelation that Newt got out of hibernation. She grew up. And during this time, Ripley kind of goes off on this mission that she's forced into. And while they're there, while they're back on LV 216 or whatever the hell it is, she patches into the consciousness of the aliens. Let's go. Issue 2. Get a little bit of a flashback with Newt's nightmare, which is a little bit of an alien trope that I absolutely love. And guys, look on the left. Check out the minimum design for this inside cover. I love the artwork. I just like the left justification of the credits. We have your indicia here. This is golden. I feel like I want to steal this. But a little bit of the alien trope, right? We have a nightmare. We have a nightmare. And then boom. Even within Newt's nightmare, because she had contact with the aliens, potentially a face hugger in her mouth, right? We never quite found that out. And suddenly, I am part of something magnificent and powerful, something that transcends human weakness. That's when I see her. She's not of Akron. Akron is the base and the planet that we get to on Aliens. She's not of any world. She takes root where it serves her, spreading her progeny like some malignant disease. And we kind of see she's just like in bed, just like shivering, freaking the hell out. This is where it gets lost. We're on Earth here. And we see Earth is just overrun with these alien catacombs. And they kind of, we see like we have, like JLA satellite link. So, like similar things that we saw in Aliens. And we have little April here. She's going to get taken. She's going to disappear. But these two guys, they have a video camera. So we see a lot of things through their eyes. And they find this alien hive. So we get these, like, there's somewhat of a cool sequence here. Where it's just everything through the camera lens. And look, guys, this is back in the 90s, but the guy just has a straight up camcorder. Yeah, and they lose their one friend. I believe it's April, right? Like April, she shoots the dying, like this zombified dude that's just like grabbing people. But chest burster comes out. The kid with the gun shoots the chest burster. And then we're back with Newt. Everyone I've ever loved has been taken by the alien. Not this time. So she watches this old video. But then we learn here just by some of the conversation that Earth has been completely overrun by the aliens. So when does that happen? I don't know. But moving on, we have Hicks here. And look at the scar on Hicks. Another great wide open panel by Sam Keith. Look, I love the hair on the forearms. There's still a lot of contention between Ripley and Newt. But we have like more ragtag guys. We're going back. We're going to nuke the aliens. We have a superform dropship. And then we see that they kind of have some of the aliens with them to help lure the mother, like the mother queen. And then they're off, and Ripley gives her speech to what they're expecting, kind of a little bit of what the plan is. The bitch wants her babies. We can't bring them to her, so we'll bring her to Earth. So they want to capture the Mother Queen. And then we have this orbiting gateway platform 2 days later. So this is like orbiting Earth, and these guys are just commenting of how hot the Earth has gotten, which is something we saw in Aliens Wildcats, where the aliens kind of control the atmosphere. They terraform. But Earth is getting terraformed and is overrun by aliens, so issue 3. This is a little bit what I mean by Sam Keith got robbed by the printing of this, because the Solanco here, there's a lot of detail that is just blacked out. We can barely see it. It's very upsetting. But yeah, they rig up the power loaders to be combat ready. They have all the alien babies here. They get to the alien home world, almost like the hive world, and this is a great concept. Like, this is powerful stuff here. You have to remember, we're just dealing with the lore from Alien and Aliens, and our boy here, Mark Verheiden, is doing a bang-up job just with ideas. Yeah, so they deploy the power loaders. They get attacked. One of the dudes just gets ripped apart. And they kind of reference that these aliens now are, like, again, ripping apart the metal. That they are stronger, smarter, evolved. They're not the aliens that we've previously seen. But yeah, all hell, all war breaks out. Sigourney Weaver, or Ripley, trying to give commands, trying to keep everyone composed. She takes control again. Like, we have a lot of aliens in this, and then she encounters not the queen, the Mother Queen. Explain my daughter. So, like, this is great because, look, why don't you show yourself? Explain your worthiness. Explain your worthless existence. What you did to my crew of the Nostromo, the soldiers from the Solanco. Explain Earth. Explain Newt. Explain my daughter. That's right. Come down and have a look. It's just like stuff we want to know a lot more about. This is like Butler. He's our blue collar guy. Again, another good alien trope. So we wrap this up in maybe one of the most ridiculous ways. As with Newt, we're getting the last stain off of our marine rejects, having the last stain. Ripley uses the power loader. So the alien queen, right, she grabs the one end, and Ripley's, she's in the thruster, but it's not really the thruster. It's more like a docking cargo bay. And then, you know, she, like, see how she's stretched out? But she kind of, I guess she, like, contracts and pulls the Mother Queen into the ship, and they seal it, and they're good to go. And then we have this amazing negative panel here with all of the panel equipment and Butler ready to go. And then they're off. I convinced him to reconsider. Detonation in 5. So boom. And then they nuke the alien hive, like, homeworld, which explains why issue 4 we have like a different design. I always thought they were just being cute with this design, but it's like kind of the Mother Queen is part face hugger, kind of cool. Yeah, and then we get a little bit more exposition of, you know, Earth run by aliens. Again, guys, look at this design. Yeah, Earth run by aliens. We have our little April girl. Oh, Amy. Her name is Amy. Excuse me. So Amy effectively gets kidnapped. Newt dedicates everything she's doing to go get Amy, and Ripley chases after Newt that's chasing after Amy. That's our story for issue 4. We get some nice economic panels here. I mean, we get some bad reproductions. I don't know what's happening with some of this artwork. I don't know. Maybe these were extra pages. But we get Sam Keith just trying to get, like, a nice visual, some nice shadowing, like the wrinkles here, the hair, really good stuff. Yeah, and then we have our showdown where, again, find her, Newt, just find her. So here's Amy. And this is where we get like some broken storytelling. Because, see, Newt has Amy. But in no way does Newt grab Amy. We need Newt to grab Amy, but, you know, we're going along with it. Ripley fights the mother. Look at a butler here. I may have his name wrong too, guys. Yeah, and then we kind of end with the death of the alien Mother Queen. But Earth is still overrun. Like, Earth is still overrun. So they don't save Earth. They just maybe kill, like, the hive consciousness. People, Aliens Earth War is... There's anyone out there that can recommend what to read next or what to read before? I just feel like this needs to be a little bit of a collected effort. I'm so surprised that no one's done this commentary. I don't get it. And everyone's supposed to love Sam Keith. It's you know, like, is it part his fault? I don't know how much of a script he was working with, but this is a story that literally, in my view, is all over the place, and we just needed some exposition of what is happening on Earth.